Hello and welcome to Warhammer Wednesday. This week's Warhammer Wednesday video will be my unboxing and look at the Adeptus Astartes Space Marine HQ command tanks. Now, I have done an unboxing of these tanks before, but it was a good couple of years ago. Might have even been about 3 years ago actually. But the channel's improved, I've improved, I think I have, and I thought I'd just do a refreshed video really, because I picked these up at the Games Workshop HQ today at the Forge World Open event, mainly because I've got plans for the Land Raider. I'm going to use that as a Custodes Land Raider. Rhino, I'm not too sure what I'm going to do yet. We'll see. I might just keep it unbuilt if I can. It's one of these packs, you can only get them at Warhammer World. It's exclusive to Warhammer World. I would have thought that you'd be able to get them in America when they have their own kind of Games Workshop HQ building there. But a set of these tanks will cost you £75. I think that's good because I think Land Raiders are normally about 50. So for £25 or so more, you get your Rhino and all of the extra bits, of which you get a lot. You get a completely different sprue. These have been around for a number of years. Well, I think 2 or 3 years, 2016. So let's, but I think they were around later than that, but let's just have a look at the rear of the box. So the Land Raider differs because it's got a grav cannon and a grav amp. This is a Rhino Primaris. Just because it's got Rhino Primaris, doesn't mean it can carry Primaris Space Marines. This Rhino Primaris, the name was around before Primaris Space Marines, and this Land Raider is called the Land Raider Excelsior. I do wonder if the rules have been updated. I don't think they have, but we'll see. It says rules included, but I think this is just the rules from before 8th edition. So let's have a look at this. So let's just see. So we've got the Space Marine HQ command tanks, and yeah, it's got the old rules, look, hull points and armour values. As you can see there, it's still got armour values rather than actual toughness and saves, things like that. So you're going to have to hold fire from using them unless you can find the rules somewhere else. But the set includes the Land Raider Sprues, which have been around for, well, 1999, look, so good 19 years or so. You've got the Lance Cannons, with the sponsored Lance Cannons. You've got the hull of the Land Raider, so nothing's changed there. It's still the old sprue. Look at the gaps compared to the sprues of, you know, like the Repulsor or something. There you go, big gaps in the pieces and the sprues, but still a great kit. And then you've got the Accessory Sprue for the Rhino, I want to say. Yeah, so you've got 2 Accessory Sprues. I think that one's for the Land Raider. Oh, they're both the same, aren't they? Look. So it's just a Space Marine vehicle Accessory Sprue, with the Hunter Killer, the Space Marine slightly out of the top of the tank of the hull, and so on, and the Stormbolter as well, and Searchlight and little radar dish. Let's carry on with the Land Raider before we look at the Rhino and the Specialist Sprue. So yeah, the other 2 sprues for the Land Raider, mainly the side parts of the tank and the tracks. The mechanism's quite tricky for the door, so just be careful with that. Try not to get glue anywhere near those pins, because otherwise you're going to end up with your door completely closing. And it's nice to have a Land Raider where the front assault ramp opens and closes freely without any extra sort of help. Also make sure it's not too tight or too loose, because otherwise the door will just hang open. There is the assault ramp and things, and the other side panel of the Land Raider. So Land Raider, still very decent kit. I'm going to enjoy building that. I'm going to be adding some Custodes parts to it to make it more like Custodes-like. Let's get into the Rhino. So Rhino, this sprue was saying 2006, but I think they released this earlier than that. I want to say they released it not that long after the Rhino, this new updated version. I'm sure they didn't release these new tanks back then. But there you go, you got the top part of the Rhino. It's just 2 sprues for the Rhino, look. Just 2 sprues. So side panel for the tank, the tracks, the base, console unit, the top, side tracks, and some side doors and the rear ramp as well. So quite a quick, easy kit, the Rhino one. You've got some transfers as well. So this is interesting. So you've got the Command Rhino and Land Raider transfer sheet. So you've got a brand new different transfer sheet with this set, and you get your normal kind of Ultramarines vehicle transfer sheet too. So for the command one, you get Ultramarines, Blood Angels, Dark Angels, and Space Wolves. And you get a load of Eagles and all the rest of it. So that's pretty decent that you get a completely new transfer sheet in there. And then finally, what you're all waiting for, I would have thought, is this new main sprue, which is all the extra parts that you get. So you get different doors for the Land Raider. You get a top kind of like parapet thing. You get armor for the grav cannon. You get different side doors for and they're reversible too for the Rhino. You get this Eagle. You get a different kind of glorified Space Marine holding like a combi plasma and like a rod of office. You get a different kind of more blinged up name banner or whatever it's called, purity seal and things. You get more detailed extra armor parts for the tanks. You get this lovely big radar array and like servo skull hub as well, where the servo skulls have some extra abilities that can help other units and vehicles. You've got a little servo skull there, different heads, the plasma, combi plasma. So yeah, all in all, very decent kit that it comes with both the tanks and this upgrade sprue. It's a shame that Games Workshop don't build on this and just sell the sprue separately for like 15 or 20 pound or something, because I think they'd sell the sprue themselves for a fair bit. But you know, at the moment, the only way to get it is Warhammer World in this tank selection here. That's pretty much it for my unboxing. I have built the tanks, and I'll put a link to my review if I can find it somewhere in the description. What I will go away and do is build the Land Raider at least, and tweak it with some spare parts of Custodes to bling it out, to make it more of a Custodian Guard transport. So hopefully you'll join me in that video in the not too distant future. Thank you ever so much for joining me today. Thank you for watching. The Emperor Protects.